Welcome back to Kult of Athena's YouTube channel. Today we're looking at a windlass item. This is the King Henry V sword. This is an arming sword. Taking some specs, up close looks, and some cut testing. Let's get right into it. First impressions on this one. The handle is really comfortable. It's a dark wood. I don't know what kind of wood it is, but I actually had the Arms and Armor King Henry King Henry V sword, the arming sword. I had it for quite a while and I really enjoyed it. So really, what is this blade? It's an arming sword. It's an arming sword that supposedly King Henry V used. He probably would have been using something like this anyway, so even if it's not the exact kind, maybe there's a little bit of a adjustment to it we don't know about. It's probably going to be something around an arming sword for that time period and him being a king. So it's a really nice one in the sense that it's really nimble. The ability to change direction on thrust is quite good. I mean, for it being counterbalanced off of the kind of big pommel, you see the pommel's more on the bigger side. But even just like moving this on different thrust positions, you're moving this into parries and things like that, or even if you are cutting with it, if you are working different cuts with it, not a whole lot of anything bad to say about it, to be honest with you. It's a nicely built arming sword with a good steel quality. The guys at Kult of Athena were nice enough to sharpen this one for me so I could do cut testing with it. Make sure you thank our sharpening guys in the comments below, because they're the ones that are able to get cut testing out to you guys so you can watch these videos and have the entertainment through YouTube that everyone so enjoys to have. So we have a peen pommel on this one. Like I said, it's a big one. It's got a cross on it, obviously for that time period and that culture. It's sharp. They come unsharpened to us from Windlass because they come from overseas. So you will have to add a sharpening service if you choose to do cut testing with this one. So overall, just well balanced, like moving the tip on this on thrust. If you're going into direct cuts, if you're going into direct thrust with it, it's not overbearing in the grip and the forearm. The handle's big enough to where you could wear a gauntlet or a leather glove or even a male gauntlet or just any kind of gauntlet really. You can totally wear it with that and that would probably be really comfortable. And the wood's not dry, and I'm not getting any type of like weird stain or anything on my hands just from holding it without a glove on. So not really anything too bad to say about that. We have a leather, technically a scabbard, but there's no core to it. So this is all leather, and it actually comes with a belt. And the quality of these is actually, they're pretty solid. They've upped their leather game, so I've seen Windlass ones that are really, really thin, and if you have anything from Windlass, you know what I'm talking about. They have a thinner scabbard, but they've actually upped their quality quite a bit. The stitching is really nice on the back of this. You're going to see it in the up-close looks. The leather belt is thick, and the buckle and everything actually looks like it'd be pretty good. I mean, if you're going to do reenactments, or you just want to have something you can carry around, or if you, you just want to know what it was like to carry a sword on the hip, below the hip rather, then you may want to pick this one up. It's got a good, kind of a good one for a gift too, or if you want to hang it up in your office. Be a pretty heavy power move to have a nice Henry V sword in your office if you're like a lawyer, somebody who's into business and all that. So sweet. So that's really my first impressions on it. It's a well-built arming sword that has a rather big pommel, but it's somewhat counterbalanced for the tip. So this is very thrust heavy of a blade. Obviously we have our cuts, and we're going to use those into the cut testing. So for now, let's do some up close looks at this one in the scabbard, now the scabbard. Take a look at what we got. Okay, we've done the up close looks. Let's talk about cut testing. I do the cut testing on a separate day. That way I know that I can get the best cuts that I can. I can focus on one thing at a time, and also just make sure that you can see how these blades are performing. I am probably going to work with some downward diagonal cuts and just some backhand cuts. I do like to work the upward cut too, just because it's interesting to see from edge retention to blade shape. This has a mild, I would call it a mild diamond cross section that you may be able to see in the light right now. And you definitely will be able to see it in the up close looks. Let's take a look at the cutting with the Windlass Henry V sword. So I've been trying to hit this vertical cut for the last like 4 videos, and I've hit it, but I haven't cut all the way through a mat. So this vertical cut that I'm talking about, I'll try and pull the footage up, but if I don't have it, is this cut that is ascending with the back of the blade. So this looks like a block. Like if it was a parry, it'd be more with the flat, right? Or even if I was going more at the edge, it would be more of a punching motion. What I'm talking about is, I'm gonna lower this a little bit just so you can kind of see it, is taking this from a center guard and then taking this and cutting with the back edge and then raising that up into a thrust. I'm gonna make that my first cut. Let's see if I can knock it out first try. Interesting thing. God, I wish that dog wasn't barking to ruin this clip. And a lesson in recovery. So you see, I kind of spontaneously, oh geez, I've been doing this how long? Put the camera on the right way. Then I kind of spontaneously went into that back of the blade cut just to see the edge. It dug a little bit deeper into there than I wanted it to on the tear. Remember, that's not supposed to be like this super clean cut. It is a tear. And it got stuck a lot further than I thought. So rather than staying there like a dope, like a bozo, I just turned that back into a guard and then recovered back to measure. And it's just something spontaneous that happened in cut testing. So rather than standing there and being like, oh, I made a mistake. It's like, no, dude, like cut didn't go you wanted to, recover the line and then recover the center. So pretty cool. Hit this on a few more. Now that I nailed that vertical cut that I wanted to hit, if you didn't see it, here it is again. Now that I nailed that, now I'm gonna go into some more direct cuts, just so you can see the edge quality and all that. There's a mild diamond cross section on here. You can see in the light and the shadow, that little center line that's going down the blade. It's for rigidity, and also it does aid in cutting because it decreases the amount of surface area that the cut's going through. So that's it. Let's take a look at the rest of the cut testing. Hey, so thanks for joining me for this quick review of the Windlass King Henry V sword. This one's been sharpened. If you want to add a sharpening service, you can click the little check mark at checkout at kultofathena.com. I'm your host, Tom, for Kult of Athena's YouTube channel. To buy this one today, click the link in the description below this video to buy this sword. Subscribe to our channel, like this video, follow us on TikTok and on Instagram, and I'll see you in the next review.